Yes. Mhm. All right, yes. Sure. Okay. Okay. All right, everyone. I'm going to call the docket. It's 9 a.m. When I call your name, please stand so that we can see you are here. If there's someone here for Katrina Mendoza, her case has been reset to March 13th for jury trial. Fabian Cardenas, if you're here for him, his case is going to be at 1:30. Isaac Brantley is in custody. In custody, we have Romaldo Martinez, Paul Vasquez, Roseanne Garcia, Michelle Solis, Johnny Armando Lamont. Johnny Armando Lamont. Okay. In custody, we have Jesus Hernandez, Orlando Adino, Miguel Maldonado. Miguel Maldonado. Dennis Martinez. Thank you. In custody, we have Clinton Barnes, Christopher Acosta. Thank you. Christian Smith. Christian Smith. Griselda Rosales. Thank you. Virginia Cerna, custody. Lee Galindo. Thank you. In custody, we have Joel Singleton, Jose Amezcas. How you pronounce it? See. Oh, no. So here's the thing. You all are missing the Amezcus, and everybody, deputy, everybody here is always getting on me about my pronunciations. But I see people who speak Spanish. If it's something they don't know, they just trail off. Okay. You know, Jose Amezcas Zavala. All right. Orlando, how do you Castañon? That's not Orlando. Alfonso. How do you pronounce Amezquuz?
It's a C.
Oh, it's a Z.
Amezcus. Thank you. I'll this part over here, y'all not giving that to me. All right. Lyric Vega, if you're here, your case has been reset at the request of your attorney to January 18th. Terrence Bowie. Thank you. Mr. Bowie, do you have an attorney? What does that mean? Okay. Oh, that's okay. We'll find out. Larry Nunez is in custody. Robert Castillo. Antonio Barrientos is in custody. Joe Serta. Thank you. Juan Ramos, custody. Joshua Garza, if there's family here for him, that's been reset for December 19th at the attorney's request. Jason Guerra. Okay. In custody is Joe Vasquez. Juan De Jesus. Juan De Jesus is in custody. Ray Espinoza, custody. Jose Sanchez, custody. Jesse Garcia. Roberto Andrade, custody. RC Curtis will be by. Yes. All right. That'll be by Zoom. Josiah Williams is in custody. Is there anyone who came in later? Your name was not called. Yeah.
We were outside.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. Miguel Maldonado.
Yes.
Let me see. Anyone else? All right. So as you can tell, we have inmates on the docket. To the people in the audience, do not talk to them. Do not wave to them. This is not visitation for you. If you do that, what probably may end up happening for security reasons is your loved one, friend, or whoever it may be will be taken back to the jail and we will see them in the new year. So if you don't want that to happen, do not do that. And also you will be removed from the courtroom. Attorneys, you know the rules. Criminal trial division files are there. Family violence files are there. Just place them on the desk. Nobody's trying to get COVID or the flu or anything else before the great holidays that are upcoming. Court reporter is here. Don't touch her stuff. You break her stuff, you've bought her stuff. Probation is back there. Do not crowd around her desk. Do not sit there on her desk. Do not place papers on her desk. Confer with her if you have somebody who is on probation before approaching the court. Deputies are in charge of securities. Attorneys, you know, inmates come from that door. Do not block that area. Do not block their line of vision. If you block their line of vision and something ends up happening, I will sign an affidavit saying I informed you not to block their line of vision. It's Thursday, is that correct? It's Friday Eve. We're closer to the holiday that some of you are not ready for yet. But it's going to be a great day because tomorrow is Friday. So everyone, please confer with kindness in your heart, a smile on your face, and patience in your pocket. Take it out as needed. Everyone, please confer.
He told you not to. That doesn't help me much, man. Did you figure it out? I couldn't figure it out. But that's cool. He does. It was just so weird. Just to confirm if my mother was on the docket, correct?
Yes.
Okay. No, I don't.
Good. Mr. Bowie's trying to. So for what it's worth, I thought I would. I don't know. Yeah, probably see what she
Yes. Sure.
was.
Oh, I heard the conversation. I'm multitasking.
Okay, yes.
All right.
He's working on it, Judge, and I think he said in a couple of weeks he might.
All right.
be
Could I
able
see
to-
the file on Bowie? Mr. Bowie, can you come up, please? All right, Mr. Bowie. Mr. McCrom tells the court that you are seeking to hire him. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So how much time do you need?
Give me like 3 weeks.
All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, I'm going to give you a little bit more time than that because usually when people come before me and say they need a certain amount of time, they usually underestimate it because they think that's what I want to hear. So sometimes it's the holidays coming up and money becomes a little bit of an issue. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Norma, this case has been reset before. It was set in November and it was reset for today. So you're going to have, if you want to hire Mr. McCrom, that's going to need to be done. No, but put them at the first week in February. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, February 5th. Don't spend all the Christmas money. Although I know it's hard not to do, but if you were to, that will still give you the whole month of January. All right, do you have any questions about anything?
I know tomorrow I gotta take a UA. Who I contact to know where to go?
You're probably through pretrial services. Is that correct? All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you find out what number and perhaps give that number to Mr. McCrom, what number he needs to call to do the UA?
No, Nicholas. I think. No, it started with I think it's C something. C Nicholas.
All right, and Ms. Ferguson will give you the reset form and then you excuse and they'll let you know who to call to report to. And who knows, since you're already downtown, you may be able to see if they can fit you in today for UA and then you won't have to go tomorrow. Okay. But ask, you're welcome. And everyone, we're recessing at noon. The CCAA is having a luncheon and I said I would attend.
Paul? Paul? I'll say that.
Alfonso?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Your client, they said he had a medical episode.
That's what I wanted to approach, Your Honor.
Okay.
He had an episode and apparently back at the jail.
Okay. Do they know what type of medical episode?
We just got word, yes, they transported him here, EMS evaluated him for chest pains.
Okay.
And then, they cleared him from EMS, but then 1.5 went in, just transported him back into jail.
All
For
right.
Reasons.
So what we can do is we can recall it.
Okay.
Do you want to recall it for next week?
On the 19th,
The 19th or either the 18th?
let's see, Judge, we can do the. We can do the 18th.
All right. Norma, if you recall Mr. Orlando Adina back on the 18th. All right, and Norma, when he comes, we'll need an interpreter. And do you know the status of the evaluation by his immigration attorney?
I do, Judge. I spoke with her yesterday. She's almost done with the Padilla letter.
Do you
She's wanting
think
me to ask him a couple more things about.
Well, do you think, because we won't be able to do anything till that's done, so do you think it will be done on the 19th?
I
Or
don't
should,
think so, Judge.
all right, so then maybe we need to call it back in the new year?
Okay.
All right, what date in the new year, Norma?
I can do. Either the 11th or the 18th.
11th is fine, Judge.
All right, so we'll be back on January 11th.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Sure. Okay. Because she has, no, I understand. Let me ask you this, Norma, is it possible for you to talk with Suzanne and maybe read to her? Is that doable? Because then it's not documents, it's just telling her.
Let me ask the auditor if there's anything else we can do.
Yeah.
With stuff on there.
Okay, okay, all right.
You know?
Diana, our suite number is 81, right? Okay. Yes.
You know, I am so jealous of you. I'm so jealous of you. I have two daughters and friends. Never. Was there a daughter? Father, daughter? I watched Father Knows and my daughter says, oh, they don't do that anymore. That's black and white TV. And then I say, so I'm asked. Yeah, just show up and say, if I can't take your daughter. But I was so mad when I saw that. See, actually, it's not the black and white TV. That's the income habit, you know. No, it's just regular, I say. Are we here? You want to do it?
Robert Castillo,
Very good.
all right, so on this case, there's supposed to be data from Tesla.
So Judge, defense just gave me a hard drive just so that I can upload everything.
All right,
We've been trying to download stuff, Judge, and it's just, there's so much. I just can't get it downloaded before it times out on me and
okay, so do you have in your possession the data from Tesla?
From memory, Judge, I remember there being the report from Tesla where it's the data.
All right, and
I-
then the autopsy
That's on there too.
and the photos?
That's on there too, Judge.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll reset it one last time for discovery to make sure that you have everything, but it'll be set in the new year.
Okay, Judge, thank
All
you.
right,
I appreciate that.
you're welcome. Is there anything else that I need to know about?
I'm working on a mitigation package as well, and so we're trying to put that together for prosecution so that we can have some meaningful conversations. Daniel was saying he's meeting with the family this week.
Okay.
And so we're gonna try and have some meaningful conversations, see if we can come to some sort of resolution on this. If we can, we'll figure out what the next steps
Okay.
are.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. I need a discovery date, 30 days. Is that enough time for everyone?
That should be enough time, Judge. I'm
Okay.
gonna try and go to work on this pretty much within the next week.
Okay,
Can you do the 25th?
all right, January 25th.
That's perfect, Judge. Thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
And Mr. Curtis is by Zoom, so I don't know if you want to call the prosecutors who are going to be on this case to. All right, well, yes, go ahead and call Mr. Spears because it's just to see where we are on this.
It's just the bond, it's just the bond matter.
Yes, oh, it's just the bond matter?
Remember, that's
Okay.
all it is, as far as I know.
Okay, so Ms. Ferguson,
So it's not on the. But the implementation,
Dana did, but I thought this hearing was just on the bond.
well, it's to see if there are plans to address the appeal because they affirmed. I don't know if there's gonna be petition filed or not.
I believe Dana is, yes.
Okay. And then with regards to the bond issue, that's the bondsman wants off the bond. Have you had contact with the bondsman?
I told him you were gonna set it for a hearing.
Okay, all right, let's see if the bondsman can come in or zoom in and see if the bondsman. What's the reason for not wanting to be on the bond?
Well, I think, well, I'll let him talk for himself.
Okay, all right, who is here on Paul Vasquez Jr.?
Right here.
All right, all right.
I'll be
What does she
around.
want me to sign? Did you sign that? Certification of appeal, it's not a plea bargain.
I think it's so you can't, like, saying, hey, you can't prove this.
That's what I mean, but, you know,
I think.
I don't know you.
Yes. You need that?
No, I know. But I gotta.
Okay, let me make that happen real quick.
Joseph, is it for a reason?
Which one? Which one do you want to plead on? Failure to appear on drug testing in May 2023, say it's true.
Well, we can do this one, if you want. Failed to report.
I was homeless and then I started getting on my, I was working, I told my probation officer that I was working in Austin and she gave me permission for those times I couldn't make it.
Okay, so what about the number 4? We failed to appear? Yes. Okay, so I'll do this one and we'll. You'll waive the rest.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we can, deny the motion, alternative for this.
Okay. That would right.
Yeah,
And that'll be about a week.
for one reason is because my dad just got his leg amputated and I was trying to get home. But if that evaluation could be a week, I mean, that'd be
About a
great.
week. Yeah.
Cause he's 79 years old.
Okay. That's what we found out from the probation
But
officer.
I would say more
Yeah.
probation, whatever, as long as I could get home.
Yeah. we will.
So, this one's you, Mr. right here in the rule.
And if you can put these, each of them.
I don't know where. Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll together.
All right, everyone needs to whisper. Court is calling 2022 CR 5352, State of Texas versus Paul Vasquez Jr. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Hank Wilson to the state, Your Honor.
defense?
Jane Seeloff for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Paul Vasquez Jr.?
I am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
You're going to need to speak up.
yes, ma'am.
All right, are you saying Paul Vasquez Jr., who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 5352 for the offense of felon in possession of a firearm on August 25th, 2022 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Paul Vasquez Jr., did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of June, August, and September 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, we waive the other violations alleged in the motion.
Any objections?
No objection. That is our understanding, Your Honor. Thank you.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine?
Yes, I do. Sir.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes,
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We're asking that you deny the motion, continue the defendant on probation, but we're asking that you follow the court summary recommendation to extend the probation for 1 year with SATIF held in abeyance. We're asking for intensive outpatient treatment with weekly UAs for 60 days, 0 tolerance on skipped UAs, and we're asking for a felony drug court evaluation while in custody, Judge.
That is our agreement, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Vasquez, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
so help me God. Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your name, state your name for the record.
Paul Vasquez Jr.
All right, why are you not reporting?
Ma'am, I had told my probation officer that, my father, 79 years old, he owns a business out there in Austin, and I asked for permission to my probation officer, and at the time, Austin's traffic was kind of hectic, and I'm not a violent person or anything, so I panicked and when I missed that appointment, I honestly just panicked. So there was nothing that I was hiding or anything. I called her, and again, I was just working in Austin and coming back and taking care of my father. My father is in the hospital right now, has his leg amputated. He's 79 years old. So I'm just, trying to get back on my feet also.
So how is going to prison going to help your father?
It's not, ma'am. It's not.
Because that's what you're asking the court to do by your actions.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you didn't report June, August, and September. And I know traffic is bad in Austin, but it's not that bad. It's not 3 months bad.
I understand that, ma'am, but I do apologize for that. And
So what drugs have you been using?
I haven't been using no drug. I've been clean for at least 6 years already.
So, and I'm not gonna take this as true, but according to the motion to revoke, you haven't been doing your UAs either.
Yes, ma'am, I haven't.
So why haven't you not been doing your UAs? And there is no father excuse or I'm working
there's
excuse.
no father excuse or anything. It's just the money wise. Like I said, I was just trying to get back on my feet and whatnot. And my father is real strict on me. He won't provide any money for something that I've,
No, but you've been making money because that's what you said you were doing. You said you were in Austin working.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've had your own money. So it still doesn't explain to me, allegedly,
Yes, ma'am.
why you're not reporting in March and in May for drug testing.
For drug testing. Oh, well, on one of them, I did tell my probation officer, I did take it, but what do you call it? It wasn't filed or something, but I did take that first one that I was assigned to. And the other two, well, I admit I didn't go on those.
Okay.
And those are the only ones that I was assigned to, and I did go to one of them. And I showed her the receipt to one.
All right. So he's telling the court that he doesn't have a drug problem. So why are we holding SATF in abeyance and why are we recommending felony drug court? Probation.
Was one of the original, establishment, one of the original.
So has he done intensive outpatient treatment? Has he done any type of treatment?
No, Judge.
TAP evaluation done?
TAP recommended intensive outpatient treatment, Judge.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else from either side?
It's just that, that's why we want the drug testing to make sure that we show the court and the probation officer that he does not have a drug problem, and we can go from there. But if he does have a drug problem, then we need to meet that. So I would ask the court for just one more chance, and he understands that this is it.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I do agree on that. Just to prove my innocence on that part that I don't have a drug problem anymore.
Well, what was, you say anymore, what was your
When
drug
I was
before?
a kid, my juvenile years,
All right, this is what the court is gonna do. The court's gonna find violation of condition number 4 true, deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include intensive outpatient treatment, extend for 1 year. There's to be a referral to felony drug court while in custody. So if felony drug court doesn't accept him, then he'll be intensive outpatient treatment. And there's to be the UA hotline until further notice.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am, just have a blessed day.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You'll be able to visit your father soon. Thank you very much for your help. Yeah.
And Bashan, I'm getting that for you now.
Okay.
There? Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Is there anything else?
Have a great day.
You too. You went like this.
Yes, you can go.
Call me if you come up with something.
Yeah.
Tell Angelina to get out of my head.
Okay.
It's not paying rent. Badgers.
We'll see.
I didn't say anything before my pie went up there, but go Badgers. Is your quarterback Heisman?
I don't know
Is he
yet.
gonna play?
I don't know. You know, we'll
Can I
see.
call him and tell him he doesn't need to play?
You can call him and tell him.
Okay.
I mean, he's a senior. He should say, sorry, guys.
You should say no, right?
But you know what? The school is always about the school and not sometimes about the players. But his parents should probably tell him no.
15 million or so. I'll skip this and eat Cheetos on the couch.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
watch it.
Don't make him eat Cheetos.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Yes, have a great one. You too. Jesse Garcia.
Thank you, Hank.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you all need to set up? Oh, Mr. Garcia. Oh, you're Jesse Garcia. Okay. All right. Thank you. I thought he was with him. Who's the prosecutor on Jesse Garcia? Hello, Mr. Garcia.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
With everything you said, I'm doing great.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. All right. Today is the plea deadline date. So do you want a jury trial or are you accepting?
Like a jury trial?
Okay. All right. How long are you all expecting this jury trial to last?
No more than a week, Judge.
Wait,
4
no more than a
days.
week, 4 days.
Yeah.
4 days? Is there video? And I know you're new. I judge everything by how long is the videos. Once we watch the 13-hour video for trial, so that's how I judge time.
Remind me of the charge, Judge.
Oh,
Sorry, it's Zach's.
oh, that's okay. No, there's a theft from person
Yes.
and there's an injury to the elderly.
I believe there's just body cam on this one. Thanks for jogging my memory. 3 days at the most, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Do y'all know which case you're going to proceed on first, or are they the same case?
There arise on the same incident, Your Honor.
Okay. So are you all going to ask that the cases be tried together, or?
I believe defense counsel mentioned she was going to file a motion for Winder.
At this time, we're not going to.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Then just let defense know which case you're all intending to proceed on.
The injury to elderly first.
All right. So I'll need an acknowledgement of discovery sign in both cases. And then Ms. Ferguson, they say this is going to take 3 days. All right, February 13th will be your jury trial date. What will end up happening is you will be brought over dressed for trial in whatever civilian clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be dressed or attired in something different, you'll need to do a clothing exchange with your attorney. And if
And I
there's,
saw my clothes and where I was living at, and my roommate moved out and took everything.
well, counsel, you're appointed, correct?
No, I'm hired.
You're hired. So they'll make sure that you have your clothing. And then if there's a problem with the clothing exchange, just let the court know, because sometimes they change the process, and we'll see if we can help you expedite that.
Understood.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you want the discovery acknowledgements today, correct?
Yes, please. Rubber bands are popping.
I don't know how many snap on
Yeah.
these. I was like, "Oh."
Christian Smith.
I'll check in.
Ma'am, don't talk, don't make gestures, don't talk to them.
Can you let me in the Zoom so I can break out with RC?
Yes.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Curtis. I'm going to send you to room 2. And Vashon, they're just putting the name on that person that you all want.
Paul Vasquez.
What's going on outside the hallway?
I think it's Charles talking to you.
Ah, okay.
I recognize Charles' voice.
All right, Mr. Bach, we're just waiting for the attorney on the case.
Steven is here.
Steven's here.
All right, and where's the bondsman? Norman, can you call the bondsman to see if they plan on joining us?
Can I see the phone paperwork?
No, I do not. So there are two things on this case that need to be decided. Mr. Bach, you think that there's going to be a petition filed?
There is.
All right, so then we'll wait for the petition. The other issue is the bondsman no longer wants to be on the bond. So we're gonna figure out what's going on with that.
Very good.
And what I can tell you, if the bondsman no longer wants to be on the bond, then your client is gonna have to be back here. Because I'm not interfering in anybody's contract with whomever. But if they no longer want to be on the bond, to be fair to everybody involved, I'm not going to issue the warrant immediately. He'll need to be back here no later than Tuesday, because I know he's in the oil fields. Is that correct?
That's changed.
So he'll need to be back here on Tuesday, and at that time, I'll allow the bondsman off the bond if that's what the bondsman wants to do. Or that'll give you time to see about another bondsman.
I mean, I think, the bondsman, if you read his affidavit, it talks about the fact that he believes the defendant should be on an appeal bond, which is not correct. And
No.
I think perhaps if the judge can let him know that's actually not correct, he needs to be on the surety bond because it's an interlocutory appeal.
Okay.
Maybe that will.
Who's the bondsman?
I'm drawn.
DeLeon.
I'm sorry, who? Yes.
And my client has been reporting he's been reporting to the bondsman, so.
All right. Any objections to the court calling the bondsman? I'll put them on speakerphone. Hopefully that'll help us move quicker.
No, not at all, Judge.
All right, just give me a moment.
Right now.
Everyone, just give us 5 minutes.
He's gonna try to-
Okay. He's going to zoom in.
I don't know how long it's gonna take, but
All right. And if there's an issue with him zooming in, they're willing to do it by phone.
well, if you wanna call him, he'll answer.
All right, let me call him.
That's a
Yeah,
quicker
he's
problem.
gonna have a hard time with it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think he's very
Uh,
Zoom.
Yeah, so if he asked me about it, I didn't put the paperwork.
Let me see here.
No. Right. Doesn't qualify for an appeal bond. Right.
Norma, did you call him from the 4355491 number? Can you call him and tell him to pick up my call? No. It's my personal cell.
No. I need the phone number.
Oh, 435-5491.
Dana had to mail them something certified and all this stuff. And she got all that done. So all the formalities one has to do.
This is on the coordinator. Could you please call me phone number? Can you pick up? Okay, I'm gonna hang up right now and she's gonna. Okay, she's gonna put you on speakerphone from another phone, okay? So she's gonna call you right now. Bye.
Hi, Mr. Bellingham. This is Judge Boyd. Hi. Good morning. How are you doing? Oh, no, that's no problem. What I wanted to let you know is I see in your affidavit to surrender surety. You all put that he should be on appeal bond, but he should not be on appeal bond because his case is still pending. Yes. Just one moment. Let me put you on speakerphone so the attorneys can hear, all right? All right, you may start. Yes. Now, this is what's going on. It's similar to an interlocutory appeal. So what has happened is his case that you're on bond for is still pending. It's just that a ruling was made by the Court of Appeals out of corpus. The defense attorney is appealing it. So he has not had a jury trial, a complete jury trial, I should say, on his case. So that case is still pending. There is no need for an appellate bond because his original case that you're on bond for is still pending.
All right, then I'll try to get a hold of him, and I have tried to get a hold of him.
Right here.
Well, let me just tell you, he's right here. His attorney is here. What I can do is his attorney is Charles Bonk. I will give Charles Bonk your number and he will call you. But I wanted you to. Well, we'll make sure I'm sure his attorney will make sure you get a text today. All right. So.
And I can update on it.
He'll call you and he'll call you in the next 5 minutes. Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, so before you leave, then I'm going to deny your motion to surrender surety because he doesn't need an appeals bond because this case is still pending. Do you understand?
Okay, so then I'll keep him out on bond. If the case, I'm gonna touch base with his co-signers. The co-signers give me kind of indication that they don't want to continue. I'll make notes of the co-signers' responses to me. And then if I don't have any co-signers that want to continue on his guaranteeing the 50,000, then I'll resubmit an affidavit in a different position. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deny the request and his defense attorney is telling me that he's going to call you in a few minutes.
Tell the defense attorney that.
All right. All right. Thank you.
He's going to.
I'm sorry. Yes, he is.
All right.
Mr. Curtis is going to call you within 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right, Mr. Curtis.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to deny the motion. The bondsman now understands that your case is still pending, so there's no need for them to make an appellate bond. Your defense attorney is going to give you the information he needs to give you. The bondsman is going to want you to call him. The bondsman is saying that maybe or maybe not your co-signers no longer want to be co-signers. So that'll be something you'll need to address with your attorney and the bondsman. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you say that you all are going to definitely file the petition.
Yes, Judge.
All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, just put this down for a reset in 60 days so that we won't lose it and we can see where we are on the petition.
Absolutely.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from the defense judge.
All right.
RC, I'm going to call you right now.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Here's this. These are done.
That's fine.
That should be okay.
I can hang up.
Yes, you can hang up. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank
Judge.
you.
May I
Thanks. Yes.
Take care.
Oh, and Mr. Bach, your client can appear by Zoom on that day.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Who's here on Lee Galindo?
Hi, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning.
Judge, I've been
And
talking.
you're on this side and your client needs to come forward.
Oh.
Why is he in red?
He works in medical.
I know, I'm just saying that because you usually,
Oh.
I'm not trying to get him mixed up.
Oh, no.
I almost
That-
did too,
that-
Judge.
that-
Yeah, see, the deputies were like, wait a minute, did we lose? What is he doing back
Didn't
there?
think about that, but you're right.
All right, so where are we on this case? State reached out to complainants and police report, blood discovery, standing order signed. So where are we?
I got it this morning.
Okay, awesome.
I just need some time, Judge, to review it.
And then defense said that they were gonna get me a mitigation packet or send me something.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And have you made an offer or no?
We have made an offer, Judge.
Okay. All right, Norma, set this in 30 days for plea deadline date, please. Mhm. I'm sorry, when? All right, we'll be back on January 18th. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I didn't realize that. Sure. You can wait on here. Thank you.
So we won't get confused.
Yes.
I don't think he understands how close he is to being sent to the back. Yeah. And Bashan, my computer is being slow, so I'm just still waiting for them to send that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was inquiring about Christian Smith.
Yes.
I'm told he called we called him and he told our office that his mother had a heart attack.
Okay.
And I'm informing the court of that.
All right. Could I see the file on Christian Smith?
He's on we're trying to do a pretrial diversion on him.
Okay. Okay. All right. I tell you what, I do see on here that he did have family issues previously.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, can you give me a PTD date, please? And Mr. DeLeon, if you could perhaps give me that information when we come back on the new date.
Okay.
All right. All right, we'll be back on January 25th.
Thanks, Judge. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. State on Christian Smith, which is Criminal Trial Division. A defense counsel has informed me that the defendant's mom had a heart attack. So he's down for PTD. So we're going to come back on January 25th. Yes. And Michael, let your client know if there's an issue on the 25th, he can appear by Zoom.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Judge.
And I hope everything goes well with his mom.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, Michael, are you aware of this? You're trapped. It's today.
No.
Oh, it's with the attorneys who take up family violence cases or child protective services cases. So I'm going to stop by and hopefully see if they have new programs.
Yeah.
So it should be fun.
Maybe so.
Oh, yeah, I told him. Yeah, yeah, you can give him that note.
Yeah.
Wait just 1 second. Oh, yeah. Yes. Next solid, yes. You know, I always get him and Alfonso confused, only because their name is so close. Alfonso Cabanas, Orlando Castano. Well, I don't know. Yeah. I'm from Clinton, and just found out from the VA. Clinton bonds. Then you can mark them off. Yes. Sorry. Yes, you need to. Thanks. Thanks for taking my call this morning. Friday. I don't need German for any certain you originally. Yeah, that's good. She wants to try. But Sean, I'm gonna forward the document to you.
Oh, but it says Thanksgiving. I didn't change the title. That's the correct date. For Christmas. If you like, I mean. This one already? Over there. You said you wanted to- Take it down there, Tim. Yeah. Yeah. I'll for sure bring it. I might not end up making.
But we're saying no raisins.
Oh, yeah. But potato salad?
Yeah, please don't do that.
Oh, no.
Don't try anything new. Yeah, don't try anything new from YouTube. You know, now's not the time.
No. No, but you, if y'all need something else.
Watch, he's gonna bring raisins up in here, is he?
Sorry. Okay.
I'm hoping this is all.
Yes, he is. You can call him over. I think he's joined 4 layers. Yeah, ask him. I think he that's what he's doing.
I just want. I know. Yeah, you don't need that one.
Michael, MLCHAEL at South Texas Defense. All one word, all lowercase. Yeah, that's a good idea. You did it.
All right, so just a second. The lady in the back with the glasses on, who is she related to over here in the box?
Ma'am, you have somebody in here in the box?
No.
You don't?
Well, who is she talking to in the box?
There's someone you're talking to here in the box?
No, sorry.
No, there's someone she's talking to in the box. Who are you here for today?
Nobody, I just.
All right, you're not allowed to talk to anybody in the box, you understand? Ruben, your daughter was so great. And she's such a little cutie pie.
She was so excited afterwards because my wife asked her, how did it go? And she's like, oh, Daddy had to go up there and talk. The judge asked me, was my daughter, and pick it up.
Aw. She's such a little cutie. I think those first graders were so awesome. And my brother always say that they have new eyes. So everything that they're seeing is new to them and it makes you experience it again.
Yeah. And I really like the curriculum they have at that school.
Oh, yeah. Because they told me they had third graders to come and they were all over the place. But I'm going to practice with my niece now, the waterfall thing. Waterfall. Shh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you all want to hear it, I'll hear it.
It's up to you, Judge. I just wanted
to. Have you talked to the state and?
I have not.
All right, if you talk to them and see if they can agree on the bond, and then I'll ask my questions and hear it, and we'll see where we are. All right.
Yeah, I'll wait on the question.
Okay.
Yes. No. Oh, they. I'm sorry. I'm up here and Judge Revocation in a few minutes. Can you put Mr. Bonds file for a second portion? Yes.
Antonio Barrientos. All right, on this case, where are we on the ring video?
We are unable at this time to get in touch with the owner of the Ring video. We have been in plea negotiations and have been unsuccessful today in trying to resolve it.
Okay. All right. Well, today is the plea deadline date. So are you requesting a jury trial? That's either yes or no.
Yes.
All right. That's one of the decisions you get to make, whether or not you want a jury trial. All right. How long are you all expecting this trial to last?
3 days, Judge.
All right. So you're going to be set for jury trial. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements after today without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plead open to the court. Do you understand? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What date for jury trial, Ms. Ferguson, and family violence? 3 days.
I think that was March 12th.
Is that spring break for you all?
Yes.
No. I mean, the other case that I set for spring break time was that other case that was dragging out so long. So,
Yes, my son is on spring break.
Yeah.
It turns out.
okay. And I only did that for that other case because that case has been going on for 2 years. All right. So your jury trial date is going to be April 9th. If there is something that resolves itself and you can be placed on an earlier jury trial date, your attorney will let you know and we'll bring you over sooner. The reason why it's not till April 9th is because we have a lot of other trials that are murder trials that are upcoming. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're going to be brought over for that date, dressed in whatever clothing, civilian clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in something else, you'll have to do a clothing exchange with your attorney. Mr. Smith, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know and we'll see if we can help expedite that. All right. Is there anything else? Do you have any other questions, sir? All right. We'll see you on April 9th for your jury trial. Thank you. Oh, Norma, here's the rubber band for that. Sorry. Who's here on Juan Ramos?
Yes.
Yes. Jim, you're here. I'm here. Norma's here.
I know.
It's like brings back good memories.
Reunion.
It is a reunion. So I'm like, yay. I know your attorney. He was my supervisor. And when I was in the DA's office.
That may hurt us, but we'll be all right.
Okay, Diana, you know, he's the one who taught me how to write better emails because my emails were just,
Good morning.
yeah. I always tell them that story. I tell them, you called me in the office and you said, Stephanie, your emails need a little work. I even tell my mom.
Hopefully they've improved a good bit.
They have improved, and you know how they've improved too? I always will ask them, I said, okay, I've started with good morning. Let me not get too flowery because I'm like, good morning, I need this.
You still
But
do it yourself.
Yeah, but I'm working on it. All right, so where are we on this case?
This is first setting judge.
Okay.
He is charged as a habitual on his aggravated robbery. We are getting an offer from the state right now.
Okay.
We just like one reset right now for me and him to discuss further
Okay.
where he stands on it. And,
All right, so what I'll do is I'll give you all another reset date. That will be for discovery.
Right.
And then your next date will be a plea deadline date. So we'll go
Okay.
from there. So the way it works in this court, Mr. Ramos, is the first date, make sure everybody has their discovery. So since this is your first setting, this new date in 30 days, Ms. Ferguson, what will it be? That's okay. This date will be the date for your attorney to make sure that he has all the discovery. And also it will be the date where the state needs to have tendered an offer. And then when we come back, your next date will be your plea deadline date. Do you understand?
Okay.
All right. All right, so January 18th, and everyone just make sure they have all the discovery, and if they don't have all the discovery, they'll let me know what's missing. All right, do you have any questions about anything?
No, okay.
All right, we'll see you back on January 18th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thanks.
Talk to you by the end of the month. Okay?
Who's here on Clinton Barnes? All right. Hi, good morning. How's wedding planning coming along?
Crazy. We have a cake tasting on Saturday.
Oh my gosh, do y'all need me to show up? I'm a aficionado with cake. I can show up and do something with that. All right, so who's the prosecutor on Barnes? All right. All right, so
It's interesting, Judge. This is a first setting on these two cases. There were some cases that just got indicted on Wednesday that are set tomorrow, but I spoke with your coordinator. You don't have to come back tomorrow.
No.
But there are also several unindicted cases. I believe the state says he has 12 total cases. And so definitely we need to reset this because there's going to be discovery that I haven't had a chance. I mean, I'm going to be filing a motion for additional time.
Okay, so let me ask you this. The other cases that have been indicted, what are those cases?
Judge, I'd have to go take a look. I just,
All right.
there's 3 of them. I know I called the files down.
And the cases that are the 12 cases? And I'm looking into this so I can see how much time to give you.
Sure. The docket was, I think, printed before the cases were taken to the grand jury because it's still showing all of them as night mags. And I don't think all of them are. So I don't know how many, I think it's 12 total and then maybe 5 are indicted and the others are not. And what the district attorney was going to look into was whether or not some of those unindicted cases are actually in the new indictments and just haven't been, you know, how they combine.
Yes.
Just because there's 12 cases.
Right. So,
Right.
and he hasn't even had a chance to see his file yet either.
We will see. All right. So what I'll do, and the cases that were indicted, was that the aggravated assault
I believe
against
so.
public servant?
I
Okay,
believe so.
so there's 2 of that, well, 3 of those. And then the possession 4,200. Evading. Felon, all right. So what I'll do is I will give you all a 45-day reset for discovery. So, and then after that, we'll see where we're on the discovery. And if everything is where it should be on discovery, on that date, I'll expect the state to be prepared to give an offer.
Yes, Judge.
All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson? 45 days? Is that exactly 45? I don't think it is. All right, February 1st?
Sure.
Okay.
That's perfect.
All right, we'll see you back on February 1st for discovery.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'll see you next week, okay? Or 2 weeks. Okay. Bye-bye.
And Norma, you'll move all his cases? Thank you. Ray Espinosa. And then after this, it will be Maldonado and then Andrade. All right, so where are we on this case with discovery?
Yes, Judge. So I have conferred with the prosecutor. There are still some additional discovery items he needs to get in proper form from SAPD. So I'm just going to get them a hard drive of some kind so everything can be uploaded and we're on the same page.
Just vaguely, Judge, I was just concerned because there's talks about cell phones and Instagram accounts, things like that. We've got 2 DVDs and 2 CDs. Usually we get those in the form of thumb drives or hard drives.
Mhm.
So I sent off the email this morning requesting if any and all and just to verify that that's all we have. So it may not be anything additional, but defense also is in need of just supplying us with a hard drive so we can give them the DVDs and the CDs.
All right, so how much time are you guys asking for?
It's up to defense, it doesn't matter.
Probably like late January or.
Okay, 30 days, what are,
30 days
is that enough time?
Yes, sir.
Probably.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you place this in late January for discovery?
I'll be out.
All right, 25th or February 1st.
Oh, February 1st? Oh, okay, that's fine.
All right, are you all okay with February 1st?
That's fine.
All right, so we'll put it on February 1st. All right, we'll come back on February 1st. If your attorney wants it back sooner than that, then they'll let me know and we'll put it on the docket sooner. Do you understand? And that date is just a discovery date to make sure that your attorney has all the information she needs. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hey, I like the pen.
Thank you.
Just let me know.
Oh, no. Oh, like, oh, wow. I'm sure you guys don't.
Miguel Maldonado. Who's? All right, you want to see if he's outside to bring him in? Yes. And probation, this is an application. Are you okay, Ruben? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll take it up in a little bit. Let me see what the case is about. Can I see the court file? Okay. All right. Criminal Trial Division on Johnny Armando Limon Jr. Criminal Trial Division on Johnny Armando Limon Jr. He's on probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
And there's a motion to revoke. Can you look and see how much time you would need for a contested hearing?
Okay, Judge.
All right. Thank you. His attorney is not going to be able to be in today. He's on vacation.
Okay.
We go back to second on the Silver's house.
Sure. Afternoon.
Okay, I gotta go to my son's school. I'll explain it.
No. Okay, sure. 1:30.
Mr. Gonzalez. Be back at 1:30. I'll explain. Sorry. 1:30.
Yes, but I need something from the state. Just give me a moment.
Come back at 1:30. So I can make sure. Make sure.
Roberto Andrade. All right. In this case, which case is he requesting a bond on?
I believe it was on the violation of a protective order, which is.
Okay.
um,
All right. Have you had a chance to confer with the state on a bond amount?
I did, Judge. At this point, they're not willing to agree to a bond amount. And I don't know if you want to.
Sure, Judge. The defendant's behavior in this case is extremely disturbing to the state. Additionally, there were 3 new cases that did come in at large for the defendant and the same victim. So at this time, the state's not willing to agree to any bond.
All right. So then we'll need to set it for a hearing and everybody will need to bring their witnesses in. So state, when would you be ready? And would there be an objection to having witnesses appear by Zoom? Because that may make things go quicker.
I would not have an objection to.
We
Zoom.
wouldn't have an objection either, Judge. We're getting pretty close to the holidays. I would say we probably should do it before. But we can do it that first week after the 3rd or the 4th.
All right. So it'll be in January. Okay. All right. So what date, Ms. Ferguson?
We can do the 4th Thursday.
All right. So we'll come back on January 4th. And everybody has agreed that witnesses can appear by Zoom. So we'll just make sure if you have a witness who can't appear or doesn't want to appear in court, they can appear by Zoom since both parties have agreed that witnesses can appear by Zoom.
Okay.
All right.
And then as far as the case is set today, Judge, I need to look at some discovery, so I asked for a 30-day reset for discovery.
All right, we'll come back on January 4th for that as well.
Okay.
All right, is that okay?
I'll just approach you on that day.
Yes, and if there's an issue with discovery at that time, then we'll take it up.
Okay.
All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
So no, I'm back as well.
Okay, all right, I'll take you up in just a moment. Virginia Serna. All right, so what is happening with this case? I see that there are new cases, I guess, that have not been indicted.
That's correct, Your Honor. So Ms. Thurn is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. We are on that indicted case. We're asking for a trial as soon as possible. I know we're out of juries this week, but we're asking for the next court date available since she's in custody. Additionally, she did pick up 3 charges of aggravated robbery. Those bonds are set at $75,000 each. The state has no information beyond 3 sentences in a probable cause statement for the arrest warrant. She disputes those charges immensely. And one issue we wanted to take up with the court is on her aggravated assault indicted case that we're here for. She was remanded without bond. We're going to ask the court to set a bond in that case.
All right, why is she remanded without bond?
Probably because she picked up the violation report of picking up aggravated robbery charges, Your Honor.
All right, so with regards to the remand without bond, the court will be able to hear that. But State, when will you be prepared with witnesses?
It's time, Judge.
All right, we can set it on January 4th to have the hearing. And would parties be in agreement to allowing witnesses appear by Zoom or no?
No objection, Your Honor.
That's not a problem, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah. The 4th is fine.
All right, Norman, can you put this on January 4th for a bond hearing?
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, is the bond hearing with the court here or with another?
Oh,
court?
we can have it here.
Okay.
Yes.
For the same day or just the bond?
Oh, for resetting it for the same day. It'll be bond plus discovery. Okay. All right, is there anything else? All right, anything else?
Nothing, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Boyd.
All right, you're welcome.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. All right, who's here? Miguel Maldonado? Yes. We're going to go on the record, so please do not talk in the box if you're behind the court reporter. And if you are in the box, please whisper. Court is calling 2023 CR 2432, State of Texas versus Miguel Maldonado. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense?
John Pettis for defense.
Are you Miguel Maldonado?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Maldonado, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Just one moment. This is the wrong phone. All right, Mr. Maldonado, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of marijuana, 4 ounces to 5 pounds as a state jail felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
All right, counsel, I see listed in the paperwork Thomas Beck as the attorney.
I should have scratched out most of the places where he was supposed to sign.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Judge.
Oh, no problem.
Oh.
It made it to the next page. Thank you. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Maldonado, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 16 months in the state jail facility. There's a $500 fine. State recommends community supervision. They'll take in consideration grand jury number 801464, which is the JN number 2142166. County Court cause number 715777. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Council, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I plead guilty.
State any evidence?
State officer exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objections, Judge.
All right, you may continue to confer. Counsel.
Sorry, Judge.
Oh, no problem. Mr. Maldonado, I'm showing you what's entitled Wavering Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
All right, court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just ask that you follow the agreement, Judge.
All right. Mr. Maldonado, do you have any children?
I got one on the way, ma'am.
All right. And how old are you?
Me, I'm 25.
Are you employed?
Not at the moment, ma'am.
When's the last time you had employment? And I mean an
I-
employment where you got a paycheck.
Probably like 3-4 months ago, ma'am.
All right, why are you not employed?
At the moment, it's because I lost my ID and I'm in the process of getting my social.
And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'm gonna be dirty for marijuana, ma'am.
All right. So here's the thing. I can place you on probation, follow your agreement. Probation in here is, as the deputies tell me, it's not the easiest of probation because I want people to make changes in their life, right? You have an issue with gang affiliation, correct?
No, ma'am, I'm not a gang anymore.
So you just love Louis Vuitton,
What do you mean?
that tattoo on your head. You're just in love with the brand?
No, if you look at my thing, ma'am, when I'm incarcerated, I go inactive. You know what I mean? I'm not in part of the gang no more, ma'am.
So what she's asking, is it a tattoo from your days in a gang?
Yeah, it's previous.
But
yeah,
you are not
previous.
anymore?
No.
Right, because what I'm reading, all of the people in that vehicle are all gang members and active gang members, and that's what the surveillance was about.
He's not anymore, Judge. All you can say.
Well, here's the thing, you're gonna end up on gang supervision. So if you think you can complete this, you know yourself better than I do and better than your attorney do. I will follow the agreement, but again, being on probation here is hard. So if you want to, I can follow the agreement. If you don't, if you want to just do your time, I can sentence you to time.
No, ma'am, I want to follow the agreement because I got a baby girl on the way, ma'am.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. There'll be a $500 fine. That will be probated. 16 months in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years. We're going to do gang supervision. Take in consideration grand jury number 801464. JN number 2142166. County Court cause number 715777. Once they review your status, if they determine that you're not a gang member, you will not be on gang supervision. But they're probably going to show up in the system that you're a gang member.
Okay, but yes, ma'am, that's what I was gonna say, because in my previous record, like when I was incarcerated, I was in the gang. Last time I went down, I went inactive and stuff, so there shouldn't be no reason, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, it's probably going to pop up as a gang member, right? So if it doesn't pop up, if they say that you're not, then he will be on regular supervision. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's going to be 150 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
I only went to 6th grade, ma'am.
All right, so why did you only
Because I
go to
was
6th?
incarcerated.
You were incarcerated in 6th grade?
Yes, ma'am.
How old were you?
I was 13
All right, incarcerated for what?
for my juvenile case.
What was it?
What was the,
Aggravated assault.
okay. All right. I'm going to ask for parenting classes. And either you're going to get your GED or you're going to do some type of trade school or something with your life.
Well, I was in the process of getting in barber school. I'm just waiting for them to see if they're gonna approve me with the little Goodwill program that they got going on. You know what I mean? And I'm in the process of getting in that.
All right, so it's going to be one or the other. Once he's completed parenting classes or obtained his GED or his trade school certificate, then the court will deem the community service hours are satisfied. With community service hours, always try to give something in exchange for that, so for people to improve themselves. And we're going to do regular UAs. You're going to be tested for levels. So there is no marijuana use while you're on probation. You understand?
Yes.
And your child doesn't need to be around anybody who's smoking marijuana. The mother doesn't need to be around anyone smoking marijuana because it impacts the baby's health. You understand? There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with the following: Eric, A-A-R-I-C, Arlie, A-R-L-I-E, Arias, Christopher I. Martinez, and that's the letter I. Beto Hernandez, and Amanda Lorraine Enocio, Enocencio. I'm going to want field visits one time per month until further notice. And of course, probation, if he's on gang supervision will do the visitations as they see fit. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Yes, let's do a TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow TAP recommendations. However, if TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment.
Thank you, Judge.
And I'm going to ask for 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Anything else, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Yes. All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Probation in this courtroom, they tell me it's difficult. The key to successful probation in this courtroom is communication. If there is something that you feel needs to be addressed, talk to your probation officer. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come to court and address it with me.
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to make sure you report.
Yes, ma'am.
And what you've done, you and the future mother of your child have decided to bring a child into this world. So you need to be someone they're proud of, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to make sure that they go beyond the 6th grade, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am. You too.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good holiday, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Happy holidays to you too. Who's here on Johnny Limon? Johnny Limon. Ah, okay, just 1 second. Oh, sorry, this goes in. Hold it up, so. All right, criminal trial division on Johnny Limon for a contested hearing. How much time are you all asking?
Judge, the new number ones were just last month, so I imagine they won't be coming in, or won't be ready. So we'd be going on technicals.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be that long, and I was just talking to Sean, but she was a little busy earlier. It'd probably be just like an hour or so if we don't go on the new number ones. I looked those up, and we don't have the drug labs back yet.
All right, so we'll put it in the new year.
Okay, well, that's
Miss
fine, Judge.
Ferguson, what date in the new year for a contested on Lamont?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we'll do January 5th.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Lamont, we're gonna bring you back on January 5th. Your attorney is on vacation. Everybody needs a vacation once in a while. So do not leave the courtroom until you receive the reset form, okay? All right, thank you. Yes.
That's fine, yeah.
All right, and if it turns out it's not contested, that's okay. Christopher Acosta. Hello.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good, you?
Oh, I cannot complain. It's a beautiful day.
That's good.
The weather is great.
Right.
It was cold.
No, it was not cold.
Flying over here, it was cold. I should have worn a jacket.
Was it cold?
Yeah.
Am I having hot flashes? I don't know. It didn't seem that. Oh, it's not cold in here. No, we're not doing that.
You wearing socks?
You all say that, and then when it's summertime and they have it 90 degrees in here.
No, that's Miguel's court downstairs.
Well, let me just tell you, we've been complaining about the temperature in here for over a year. We complained in the other court. So I think they're trying to freeze us out, but we're not going to say anything. All right. So today is plea deadline date. So where are we?
Judge, they've extended a plea bargain to us that at this time, my client is unable to take. I will just inform the court, and I think I've told you in the past, my client's been having some medical issues with seizures. He's had 3 more in the last week. I just, out in the hallway a few minutes ago, Christopher let me talk to the office manager of his doctor's office, and I told them what I would like in terms of getting medical records and things. I'm going to try to get those. It sounds like next week he's got another appointment with them, and I'll turn them over to the DA's office and see if that can maybe change things a little bit.
All right. So I'm going to extend this plea deadline date one more time. I'll put it in the new year, and that's where we are.
I appreciate it, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Ferguson, can I get a date? Probably like the 2nd. Because my thing is doctors' offices, usually they start shutting down and they say they're going to get paperwork, which I love doctors, but sometimes they're not. Can we put this like maybe the 4th week in January?
To complicate it, the doctor that he had been seeing in September and October and stuff has recently retired from the practice. So it's a new doctor that he's going to be seeing next week. So I asked them, I said, can you have the new doctor do a history and just write a letter saying what's wrong, what they're diagnosing him with, what the treatments are, all that sort of stuff.
All right. So we'll put it at the 4th week of January.
Thank you, Judge, very much. I appreciate it.
All right. January 25th.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else?
That's it, man. Thank you.
All right. Just sign the reset for me. You're all excused.
Thanks. Thank you.
Suzanne Kramer, just let me know whenever you're ready.
I'm ready, Judge.
Okay.
I
And who
would
is
like, it's Isaac Brandley.
Okay.
I don't
Let me
know if they brought him out since I'm not there. They may not have.
Okay, so we're gonna wait for them to bring, all right, they're bringing him out.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
And then could I see the parties on Larry Nunez? All right, thank you. And Norma, I just signed the documents on Bradley. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8772, State of Texas versus Larry Rivera Nunez. And this, let me see, is this an application or no?
No, it's not.
All right, there's no application. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
defense?
Floyd Rivera for Mr. Nunez.
And are you Mr. Nunez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Nunez, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Nunez, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes,
did
ma'am.
you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, off the record for a moment. So both boxes have been checked. The I am a citizen and I am not a citizen.
Sorry about that, Judge.
No problem. All right, back on the record. Mr. Nunez, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, she has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is, Your Honor.
Mr. Nunez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am, not at all.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishments be assessed at 2 years in the prison. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plea? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence?
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, at this time, Your Honor, the client has been very upfront with me, Judge. He's very remorseful. We asked for the court to approve the plea bargaining agreement that the state and us has reached.
All right. Mr. Nunez?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to follow your plea bargain agreement, find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's to be a 2-year driver's license suspension. At the prison, they do have what's called a therapeutic community. It's to help you hopefully re-enter society and not come back on another DWI. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So the therapeutic community, it will not increase the time that you're at the prison. So for example, you're receiving 2 years in prison. If they were to parole you or something, they're not going to hold you in prison saying, hey, you haven't completed the therapeutic community. Therapeutic community is just designed to put you on the right track. Would you like me to recommend that for you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So even though I'm recommending it for you, you'll still have to ask for it as well. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to sentence you, as previously stated, to the 2 years in prison, credit for any time served, 2-year driver's license suspension, and the therapeutic community. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Nunez, whenever you drink and drive, there is always a chance that you may end up injuring somebody.
Yes.
And you don't want to be that person who kills somebody, injures somebody, or anything of that nature. So you're probably one of the people in society who cannot just stop drinking at one drink. So you're going to need to not drink at all. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Thank you, ma'am.
welcome.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes. Who's here on Dennis Brian Martinez?
We're present. We're ready to move forward.
Okay.
Dennis Martin.
You know, I'm so sorry. Just give me a moment.
Sure.
Because probation is still going over documents with him.
Yes.
And so I will take you up as soon as she's ready, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, Norman, that one's done. All right. All right, Suzanne, we're going to take up your case in just a minute. They brought your client out, but
Thank you,
just give me a sharp break.
No problem. Thank you.
So the cases that I'm going to take up are going to be Martinez, then it's going to be Brandley, then it's going to be John Meyer. All right, we are ready on Dennis Brian Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
All right, thank you. And probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2023 CR 3927, State of Texas versus Dennis Brian Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense?
Anthony Miller from Mr. Martinez. Your Honor.
Are you Dennis Martinez?
I am, Your
All
Honor.
right, counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
I did, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more? That is a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
I did.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
I did indeed.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
I am, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine. State recommends community supervision, VIP, DWI intervention, ignition interlock for half the term. Did you understand that to be the plea?
I did, Your Honor.
Defense?
It is our agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
I did, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No motions have been filed at this time, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, 2-year driver's license suspension, and 10 days house arrest in lieu of 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, I do.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence?
State all receipts to the one and all attachments.
We have no objections, Your
All
Honor.
right, you may continue to confirm. Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did
did,
you
Your Honor.
understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports and judgments, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
There are several things we want to bring to the court's attention, Your Honor. First and foremost, Mr. Martinez is not the same person that was arrested over 15 months ago. I have known Dennis for several years and I consider him a friend, Judge. And when he had contacted my office, his daughter had called me and asked me to get involved in this case, and we did. Mr. Martinez, upon his release, came to my office and we had an opportunity to sit down and at great length discuss his situation, not only in an attorney-client position, Judge, but as friends. And he emphasized to me he did not come in saying that he was wrong or that this was a bogus case. He came in very humble, knowing he had made a mistake and wanted to make arrangements to address issues that he was currently having. And I think more than anything, Judge, he has presented to me, and if I may present to the court, a synopsis of what has been transpiring during this 15-month period, Judge. In addition to that, there are several correspondents from family, friends, and physicians that are currently seeing Mr. Martinez, and they have provided him with documentation indicating what he has done and what he will continue to do at this time.
Okay. All right, is there anything you would like to say, Mr. Martinez?
I made a terrible mistake and I'm looking forward to knowing that I willfully and knowingly have the disease for the rest of my life. I will conquer it. I'm 15 and a half months in sobriety and I plan to continue that.
All right, well, congratulations on your sobriety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you still enrolled in outpatient treatment with alcohol or have you completed it?
I overdid it. They threw me out. So they did recommend two counselors in which I am still seeing one of them.
All right, so you're seeing a counselor through alcohol?
Recommended by alcohol.
Okay.
Yes.
And who are those counselors? What are their names?
Her name is Dr. Amy Kempter. And she's in my summary there. And she's the one that I'm focused on now and work with her and will continue to work with her.
All right, and are you still doing your support group through La Hacienda?
I am, twice a week.
Okay. And you're still seeing Dr. Robert Jimenez?
Yes, I am.
All right. And are you employed?
Yes, I am.
What do you do?
Well, self-employed, but I do tax credit financing. I work, all my clients are nonprofits here in town.
All right. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to find you guilty. The court will order a TAP evaluation out of custody just so that we can have that probation. Going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. The VIP course, DWI intervention, DWI education, suspension of driver's license for 2 years. He's going to continue with treatment with Amy Kempter, Dr. Jimenez, and treatment with La Hacienda Treatment Outreach Center.
Yes.
In lieu of the 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, I'll allow you to do that on GPS, and I'm allowing not the 10 days in the Bexar County Jail because I know there's an overcrowding issue and other issues. So there's going to be 20 days GPS, and they're asking for house arrest. So that's full house arrest.
Yeah, that's my understanding, Judge. Mr. Martinez has been on GPS now for over 15 months and has never had a violation. So we would ask that he be allowed to be able to do his occupation. Yeah, he does.
All right.
have-
So here's the thing. If he wants GPS where it's not full house arrest and he wants to work or go to treatment, then it's not going to be 20 days. It'll be 30 days.
We have no problem with him doing that, Judge.
All right. So it'll be 30 days GPS. And that'll be partial for work and treatment. There is to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Excuse me, Miguel. Y'all are behind the court reporter. Regular UAs. 120 hours of community service restitution. You can do those hours, or either you can pay that off at $7.25 per hour. I always recommend the San Antonio Food Bank because they have a shortage. But if there's another charity that you would like to donate to, you can, but it cannot be to the Human Fund.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see, Hank, you're the only person who knows what the Human Fund is. Nobody else knows what that is.
Seinfeld, Drew.
Yes, Seinfeld. All right, and there'll be a field visit just one time. And then thereafter, at the probation's discretion.
Judge, may I raise an issue to the court? At this
Sure.
particular time, Mr. Martinez is under ignition interlock. He intends to transfer that vehicle. He does not want to operate a vehicle, and we don't know if the court would allow him to be on Smart Start. Right now, what he is doing is essentially going down 4 times a day, blowing in the vehicle, starting it and turning it off. He does not operate that vehicle.
All right,
Just-
so is he getting rid of the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am. He-
All right, once he provides proof that he no longer owns the vehicle, and once he does an affidavit of non-driving, then of course we can switch from ignition interlock to
Smart
Smart Start.
Thank you, Your Honor. In addition to that, once he completes his time on GPS, will that be able to be removed?
State, are you gonna have any objection to removal of GPS once he completes the time in lieu of the Bear County Jail?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Yes.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, probation, the other thing is gonna be proof of employment within 30 days. And no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Once the transfer the vehicle, the portable device, for how long?
Half the term.
That'll be all.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
I do understand.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Very much, Judge. We appreciate the court's time very much.
All right, you're welcome. Oh, counsel, let me give this to you so you can make
Yeah.
sure that probation has it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Diana, if you want to take a brief recess.
Thank you again.
He's currently still on probation, so we're just gonna keep that one. And everyone, we're taking a 5-minute recess so the court reporter can refresh. All right, and here is this one. All right, Juan De Jesus.
Present ready.
All right. Hello. All right, where are we on this case, counsel?
Judge, we've got to do some discovery. I've got an offer from the state. I've communicated it. My client would like some time to consider it. And so we would ask, this is a first setting, so we would ask if we could have one reset to the new year to be able to discuss this, him and I. And he
All
can
right,
also
Ms.
discuss
Ferguson, on this case, can I have a 30-day reset? That'll be your plea deadline date, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, we'll be back on January 18th.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day. All right, so when we come back, it's going to be Isaac Brandley, John Meyer. Okay. And Joe Vasquez. Who's the attorney on Joe Vasquez? All right, if you come forward.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So what is happening with this case?
Judge,
Where's your client? All right, what's happening?
We conveyed an offer, Judge. There were some jail calls, I believe, are uploaded, but defense counsel asked me if I could check on that. He doesn't recall seeing them, but I'll check on that and I'll make sure they are uploaded.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset? This will be discovery and there's going to be a quick turnaround for a plea deadline date after this discovery date.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. What date, Ms. Ferguson?
Judge, you're gonna put that one on the 22nd.
All right, January 22nd. Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
you're welcome. Yes, you may be excused.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you too. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Festivus. Happy Kwanzaa.
Judge, for Susan and Kramer's, does the microphone on the table work or?
Yes. Sorry, let me give you a rubber band. John Meyer? Who's here on John Stephen Meyer?
The attorney was just here, Judge. He's just trying to get it set, I think, Judge. But
Change the.
All right, so when he comes back, I'll take that up. And everyone now give me a 5-minute break and I will be right back. And I promise we will take up Isaac Brandley and then we will take up Ramondo Martinez.
Yeah. So I guess yeah, we're gonna see if they both take one. Okay. I mean, not right now.
When she starts, yeah. Thank you.
Sorry.
I saw him earlier, but I don't, he never came up here. Or at least not that I saw, but I did see him. They've been listening all day.
All right. All right, Meyer. All right. So Mr. Stevens comes back.
Yes.
All
My
right.
5-minute break lasted 6 minutes, Judge. So
It did? No, it did not. I'm gonna tell my mom you said that. All right.
Don't tell your mom, Judge. Tell anybody, but not your mom.
I will, and then my mom would always tell people if I were injured or something were happen, she would not drive or fly because she feels as though she would get here quicker if she just ran. So, so if I tell her that, she's gonna run down and see you. I still remember his daughter holding up a finger saying how old she was. And now how old is she?
25 now.
She's 25. Can you believe? Oh my gosh, we're so old.
You know, I can't even count, Judge. She's 27. 27.
We are so old. I remember when
Even
she was
older.
holding up one, then two fingers, and now.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
At Brackenridge Park.
Yeah.
On the train.
So we are scheduled for jury trial on the 9th, and there's some issue with the other counsel. Is that correct?
It's actually my problem on that date, but we all can do the 22nd, Judge.
Ms. Ferguson, is the 22nd available for criminal trial division?
Yes.
Okay.
They want to set in on the 22nd.
I'm sorry, what did,
Oh, it's Family Violence Week?
No, it's criminal trial division week, but it's the first week of the month.
All right, so that's the third week of the month. Do y'all still want to do a jury trial on the third week?
I think so. Well, I mean, the only thing is. When is that murder? The Pardo murder?
Yeah.
That one's set on.
Oh, that's the end of February.
And how long are y'all expecting, based upon what the charges are? I don't see why it should last that long. Are we anticipating a long trial?
No, ma'am. I don't think so.
no, Judge.
Okay. So January 22nd,
Yes, ma'am. I think that works.
And you'll be jury on the 22nd.
is that the Tuesday?
That Monday, the 23rd is.
We can pick it on the 22nd if the docket is not so,
I'll make sure.
okay. Because then at least it can be done, because when is the next trial setting that we have?
It's not till February 6th.
All right, let me look at the calendar.
So there's we have our own budget. It's pretty set, murder in another case.
All right. So when is the murder case set?
February 6th.
Oh, yes. So yeah, let's pick the jury on the 22nd then. All right, so jury selection will be on the 22nd. How long are you all going to be asking for jury selection? 10 minutes?
Maybe just a bit longer than that, Judge.
Okay, I know a judge who will give 10 minutes, so I'm not going to be that way. I'm going to give you each 15 minutes.
I know when the court's joking, Judge. I appreciate the court's sense of humor on that.
Well, I'm trying to get the hearts racing. So how long you all think jury selection will last? Because that's to determine whether I do jury selection.
Unless we do that. Take a break and do that one.
All right.
Right.
Okay, well, you can keep the docket the way it is on the 22nd. And we'll play it by ear to see where we are. All right, but you all need to be here by 11 on the 22nd.
We can be here by 11 or 9, whatever the court wants.
All right, 11.
11, okay,
That'll be
that's
fine.
great.
And you'll need to let your client know the date change.
Will do.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you guys have a great, well, you have a great holiday.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
But do I have it all? Is there any other? There's no application.
So then I have to go through it.
Just let me know.
All right, Isaac Bradley. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Kramer.
Thank you for letting me zoom in, Judge.
All right, how are you feeling? Feeling any better?
I'm better than yesterday, yeah. So at least I'm on the downside of this, I think.
Okay. All right, probation, this is sentencing. Court is calling 2022 CR 5004, State of Texas versus Isaac Brandley. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Anna Ochoa Nelson.
For the defense?
Suzanne Kramer.
And are you Mr. Brantley? All right, Ms. Kramer is by Zoom. She's under the weather. What, this one? Yeah. Sure. Is there a second case?
No. For the.
Ah,
right information.
all right, thank you. That's okay. All right, Ms. Kramer is appearing by video. Any objections from the state?
No, Judge.
Mr. Brantley, do you have any objection to your attorney appearing by video?
No,
All right. Ms. Kramer and state, have you all received the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report from the state?
No, Judge.
Defense?
Well, and this is the problem with appearing by Zoom, Judge, not being able to go over it with him. It all looks accurate to me. However, there may be something that he might spot. But, I feel that at this juncture, he's a good candidate for deferred, so I don't want to prevent him or slow it down, him
Well, let's
getting
do
out
that.
on deferred by
Let's do
objecting to that.
All right, Mr. Brantley, have you had a chance to review the PSI report? All right, so probation, is he allowed to look at the All right, so what we'll do, Ms. Kramer, we're going to take a sharp break on your case. We're going to let Mr. Brantley look at the PSI report, and then he can let us know if there's something wrong with it.
Thank you so very much, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. So we'll allow you to review that, okay?
Yes.
All right. And I have a copy if you don't have an extra copy. Who? Brantley? Oh, no, he's just gonna read his report, then we're gonna check him out. Okay. Ah. All right, let me see. Suzanne,
Yes, Judge.
Norma is saying. All right, Norma's gonna see, and she'll check with probation to see, maybe we can send your client back to jail. And then
do
we
it.
can have him by Zoom.
That would make it a whole lot easier for me to be able to, make sure this goes smoothly.
All right, so let me see if we can do that. Just give us a moment, okay?
Sure. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, who are the parties on Raul Monado Martinez?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, if you all approach, court is calling 2021 CR 2493, State of Texas versus Romaldo Martinez. Could I have parties approach for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Miguel
Defense?
Hernandez for the defense.
And are you Mr. Martinez? I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Romaldo Martinez who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 2493 for the offense of criminal mischief, 2,500 to 30,000 on February 28, 2022 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 2 on or about the 6th day of October 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. Defendant Romaldo Martinez did in there consume alcoholic beverages in violation condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objection?
None at all, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand that?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
No, I'm saying yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
All right. So knowing that the court could sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $1,500 fine, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there is not an agreement, Your Honor.
All right, state, any witnesses?
Not from the state.
Defense, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
State's requesting revocation of 1 year in the state jail facility, Your Honor.
Defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we believe that my client should be continued on probation and allowed to be put into an inpatient. He's spoken with his probation officer, and that's what he was understanding, that they were going to recommend that he be put into an inpatient. He believes he can comply and that he will do what he needs to do. He was working before he was arrested, He thinks he can get a job again and start paying down what he owes. But he wants to be able to do this on an inpatient so he can report and hopefully change his life.
All right, probation, what is your recommendation?
Your Honor, the recommendation is for either amend for status or revocation. I would like to point out, this is Mr. Martinez's third NTR.
All right, Mr. Martinez. The court is not going to continue on probation. It appears that a lot has been given to you to try to change your life. I do notate that this is your third motion to revoke. One of the motions was withdrawn so you could do better. Then the last one was for the same violation that we're here for today. And that was in March. And at that time, the court ordered intensive outpatient treatment with probation and sober support meetings. And you just have not done anything. So you understand?
Yeah.
All right. So the court is going to grant the motion, sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. If you would like, I could recommend you for the therapeutic community. It does not increase the time that you're in custody, but it may help you with any drug or alcohol problems you may have. Would you like that?
You're therapeutic for your drug.
Oh, yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, therapeutic community. There's to be restitution and no contact with Kurt, K-U-R-T, and Valerie, V-A-L-E-R-I-E, Searley, C-E-A-R-L-E-Y. I'm sorry, C-E-A-R-L-E-Y. Probation, has he paid any of the restitution?
There was no, Your Honor.
You've paid no restitution?
I paid.
$195 for the rest.
You say $195?
Yes,
Okay.
the balance on the restitution is $4,015.52.
All right, so the amount of restitution to those parties will be $4,015.52. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. You're gonna have to do better, make better choices, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Joe Serta,
Your
Honor, I've put him in line, but just put that for the rest of the second. I'm sorry.
okay. All right, everyone, the court is taking its recess at noon. All right, on Jesus Hernandez. Is there Jesus Hernandez in the box or no?
I don't know if they brought him up yet.
All right, Norma, when are we bringing this back?
When did we get the year? Just
Yes, we'll have, I mean,
the third?
we'll have to because I don't think he's gonna be better.
January 3rd.
All right. Yes.
Third? I guess.
All right, Norma, can you let the deputy let him know that his case has been reset, his attorney is ill? Joel Singleton? Court is calling 2023 CR 7862, State of Texas versus Joel Singleton. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense?
Miguel Hernandez for the defense.
And are you Joel Singleton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are there any applications in this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right, probation, no application. Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Singleton, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Ma'am.
I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are waiving count 2 and 3, Judge, and only proceeding on count 1.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Singleton, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years. I'm sorry, you are proceeding on the repeater count?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
As well as the deadly weapon elements.
All right. Did you understand the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon is a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If the state proves the repeat offender allegation, then the range of punishment will be anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Singleton, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 1. You agree that you've been convicted of 1 or more felonies for enhancement. Punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications. State will take in consideration 2023 CR 7863. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea. State is at the plea.
Yes, sir.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you outside the agreement. State is requesting there be no contact with Victor Perez and Xavier Solomon. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to count 1 in an indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes.
And to the repeat enhancement paragraph, how do you plead? True or not true?
True.
State any evidence.
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 and the attachments.
We've had a chance to review, Your Honor. No objections.
Mr. Singleton, state you may continue to confer. Mr. Singleton, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call them the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
It's done. Say this, that's a dismissal of that other.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty of count 1. The court will find the repeater enhancement allegation true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We would ask that the court go along with the plea bargain agreement that the state has offered, Your Honor, and my client has accepted and taken responsibility for.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Take in consideration 2023 CR 7863. Give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with Victor Perez and Xavier Solomon. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Singleton, this is the state you're in your life. You need to, how old are you?
31.
31. You need to make a decision on whether or not you want to spend the rest of your life in prison or in custody, right? So in Texas, if you come back on another case, you will end up, if it's a felony, you'll end up being a habitual. And depending on what type of felony that is, your minimum would be 25 years in prison. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're going to wake up and you may find yourself in your 50s. You don't want to do that, right?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, Judge. May I be
You're welcome.
excused?
You may be excused. All right. Who's here on Joe Serta?
I am, Your Honor.
And then after that, the court is taking its lunch break. All right, so what is happening with Serta?
Your Honor, we have a little bit of a unique situation here. We have an offer, it's an opposed offer. Mr. Serta was on probation and at Escosa for DWI also, and he's been sentenced to SATF as part of an NTR, and he's going in on the 29th of this month. And so this is sort of new here. I don't know how the court wants to handle it. My preference, if it means anything, would be to delay our hearing until he gets out of SATF. I don't know. Mr. Serta said that his probation officer said they wouldn't bring him over here. I said, well, that's going to be up to the judge if they bring him out of SATF or not. So I don't know how the court wants to handle it. I've never had a situation.
All right,
like
so
this.
I'm going to think on that. We're going to come back this afternoon.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, everyone. See you back at 1:30.
Can we get a setting on our case? real quick, please?
Who is your case?
It's Michael Solis. Could have it on there.
All right, Donna, you can leave. I don't have a Michael Solis. Oh, here it is. Sorry. All right, why are we getting Solis, come down. Why do we need a recess?
Judge, it looks like this will be a contested MTR at this point.
All right. State.
Yes.
They're saying they want to contest it.
Well, I was talking to Mr. Wilkins
Okay,
about
sorry.
this.
I'll let her take care of it. Yes, ma'am, we don't have the lab stack. The new number ones are pretty recent and we don't have the lab stack yet. So I was thinking, Judge, if we could get this set for a contested, that might give us some time to get the labs back.
All right, because I'm assuming there are other allegations in this motion other than things that need laboratory testing.
Yes, ma'am, that's true.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, set this for a contested hearing second week in January, if that's possible.
We do it the third week, Your Honor, please. I've
All right,
got
what's
something
happening?
planned on that second week, the first and second week. I usually don't take any vacations during the year.
Oh, you're taking a vacation?
I hadn't had a vacation in about 3 years.
So are you taking a vacation?
I'd like to.
Okay.
With the court's
He's still not answering my question. Do I have to put him on the oath? Are you taking a vacation?
I wouldn't be taking a vacation if the court schedules me for court that week.
So what would you do on your vacation? Are you just gonna do, is it gonna be a staycation or?
Usually I would like to go out into the woods and commune with great nature.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, Norma, so this is the third week your attorney wants to commune with nature. All right, January 18th, contested hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. I miss your flower postings.
Oh, we're in the fall, Your Honor, in August, and not wildflowers are
But-
typically.
But usually you'll have something, a bird or something you would see, or a sunset.
The sunset.
Yeah, just a second. All right, so everyone who's not done, you're coming back at 1:30. So that's gonna be Fabian Cardenas is at 1:30. Isaac Brandley, 1:30. Roseanne Garcia with Stenberg at 1:30. Griselda Rosales, that's 1:30. And that's on page 7. Amicus, that's 1:30. And that's on page 8. On page 9, Serta, that's 1:30. Jason Guerra, 1:30. Have we done Jose Sanchez?
No, ma'am.
All right, Jose Sanchez, 1:30. And Josiah Williams, 1:30.
Judge, you just put that on the document.
Yes, so we'll see if that's done. So those are the cases that are coming back 1:30. So we're on recess till 1:30.
Your Honor, may I ask